Yeah, well, we're just kind of glad to have some basketball. I don't know about you guys. Excited to see these games. The Huskies had a hard-fought loss on Friday night, and Hodgeman County comes into this game. This will be their second game of the season as well. I did not see what they came out with on their Friday night, but Braxton Cox looks like we're going to inbound this ball to Tania Spear. As here we go, and we get going. Spear over to Whitney. Whitney with the left hand goes to the rim. Tied up. We're going to have a travel. First violation there. Turnover for the Huskies, as Hodgeman County will take it out underneath its Berger.
I know yesterday with the 4 games we covered yesterday, myself and Mike, turnovers were a factor in every game that we watched. I mean, it's probably the key factor in every game that we watched yesterday.
Yeah, no doubt. Early season, you got to keep control of the ball and handle it and be smart with it. Inside, up. Offensive rebound by 12, and in. Number 12 is Beal. Beal with a great aggressive play there on the glass and scores for the Longhorns.
Let me have that book, can you?
Huskies once again look like a turnover and out up front. Up and in, number 12. Again, Beal with her second basket of the game. Early start here. Hodgeman County 4, Northern Valley nothing, as Tania Spear brings it across the timeline here. Over to Whitney. Whitney's on the ground, and she's got help out there. We're going to go jump ball. Northern Valley started with it, so it'll go over to Hodgeman County. That's the third straight turnover by the Huskies here. Got to get something flowing here a little offensively.
You know, and like you said, early season, it's every game you come into, you got a little bit of nerves, but early in the year and just the difference that the COVID protocols make, you see that affect each team a little bit different.
Yeah, number 20, Shu, is going to get a long forward pass up there. She kind of pump fakes and then goes to the rim, gets fouled, misses the basket. Shu will shoot 2. First personal foul will go against number 10, Blecka.
This is the part that's awkward, Clint.
Oh, it's extremely awkward.
When they're shooting the free throws and you're the broadcaster and everyone's silent and you're supposed to talk so you don't have dead air, but I'm with you on what just happened.
There's a little bit going to happen with some dead air. Yeah, we're a long ways from the court, but it don't take much for them to hear us as Shu makes that second one there, giving Hodgeman County the 5-0 lead early in this first quarter. Hodgeman County's in that straight man-to-man pressure offense. Looks like another
double dribble this
turnover, double dribble. It's a great defense is what that is. That's Berger over there. The 5'6" senior just not giving in one bit and just playing some good defense. Up ahead now to Berger. Berger's going to take it to the rim with a little floater, just long. We've got an offensive foul here. We're going to go.
Yeah, she came in over the back.
Yeah, it looked like that was number.
I think it was Berger.
Yeah. Beal.
No.
Beal picks up her foul as Tania Spear goes to the bench, and Austin Cox comes in for the first time, number 15. She's a freshman. Austin over to Braxton.
This a relation?
Yeah, Austin's my daughter, and Braxton's my cousin. Steal there by Austin after the Northern Valley turnover, and she's going to get upended by number 12, Berger there. No, that's Beal. Beal comes up, trying to get the steal. She's going to grab a foul.
Yeah, Beal, who has 4 of the 5 points right now for Hodgeman County, just picked up her second foul. So she's going to sit down, and that's an opportunity when you look at the early scoring players on a team. If you can get them out of the game with some fouls early, especially after the turnovers that Northern Valley's had, that's big for them.
Braxton with the missed opportunity there. Looks like we're going to have another violation, as it's called there. Early in the season, these girls are look like both sides here are turning the ball over more than I can guarantee their coaches want them to. But here comes more in from Northern Valley. Looks like Shaylee Vesteka and Hauserman coming in. Andy Hauserman, the junior, will be here on the floor as Vesteka inbounds it to Hauserman as well. Hodgeman still in there man-to-man, but nobody picks up Vesteka. Vesteka goes into the lane, kicks to Cox. Cox going to go around number 1. Kicks and shot. No shot yet here by Hauserman. Hauserman's looking inside for Baird. Little pass is a little wry and stolen away out of there by Berger of Hodgeman County. She takes it coast to coast, up with the left hand, just misses it. And Hodgeman County is dominating the boards until Hauserman pulls it away, and up the sideline she goes. Hauserman took one too many steps, was trying to think what to do with it and where to go with it.
Just couldn't stick that pivot foot down on the ground.
It stuck another foot in the ground is right. Another turnover by the Lady Huskies. Inbound to number 3 here, Pelton into the game here. As Pelton brings it up, Blecka is up man-to-man, and they're calling another
carry.
Another carry.
It's the second one on
second one in 2 possessions.
On Pelton, and both of them on her as well. So
I think she's a backup point guard. I think Beal, their leading scorer with the 2 fouls, is on the bench there. And could be something to look forward to. Pressure her up front. Cox over to Vesteka. Cox with a bad pass. Number 20 goes up and scores a layup. Shue with the steal and the bucket, making it a big lead, 7-0 for the Hodgeman County Longhorns. Cox into Baird. Baird's working. She travels underneath, taking one too many steps. She's used to maybe not going up against a player like number 20. 20 stands. Where is she? She's 5'10", Shue is. Big girl inside, making a big difference right now. Oh, we're going to have an offensive foul. He's going to say that she pushed off with her offhand as she went up for the layup. That was number
3. That was Pelton.
That was Pelton again. She might be a little frustrated.
Well, she didn't even attempt to run an offense. I would imagine that's going to frustrate her coach a little bit. She's just trying to take it in there, and that's just trying to make up for, a mistake here or there. She just needs to relax a little bit.
Baird misses the 3 ball there as Shue pulls it down up to Pelton. Pelton over to number 1 with the left-handed, just comes up short. That was James. Ball is out of bounds. Going to be Green's ball. Vesteka will be inbounding the ball to Austin Cox. As here we go. Here comes the green the other way. 7-0 early lead here for the Hodgeman County Longhorn girls team, as Northern Valley is just struggling to get anything together offensively right now. Hauserman looking over the defense. Spears there for a nice solid pick. Hauserman goes to the baseline. Over to Vesteka. Vesteka drives, pull-up jumper. Nice looking shot there. Battle for the rebound, come away Longhorns. Longhorns with that rebound right there was Bryant, the 5'7" senior. Oh, nobody left her and wide open, but she missed the shot. Number 20, Beal, up with it again. Up and over again.
7.
And we're back here in Waukene. The Hodgeman County girls have opened up to a 9-0 lead over Northern Valley as they're still in that pressure man-to-man defense. Hauserman to the side, over to Vesteka. Vesteka's trying to control the ball. Over to Cox. Cox grabs a hold of it. Pump fake, long pass to Hauserman. Hauserman here on the wing, hits the cutter, Vesteka. Vesteka with the turn, and it is stolen out of there. It's a battle for the ball underneath. Looks like we're going to be tied up. It's going to be Northern Valley ball here, going to go underneath as subs coming in for the Longhorns. Number 34, Jesse Ruff, a 5'7" sophomore, enters the game.
The Longhorns are doing a good job of standing straight up and down, not biting on the pump fake on the shot. And now we're going to get a whistle and a foul, so she'll go to the free throw line. But Northern Valley's going to need to cut and kick out because they're sucking down defensively on the cut. So that means you got someone open out on the perimeter somewhere. And if you can get a couple of shots to go from outside, that'll open up that driving lane.
Yeah, the Huskies are needing some offense here. We got an inbounds play that went over to Baird. Baird took it up strong, got the hit. She makes her first free throw up and in, the freshman, 5'9" freshman, or 5'7" freshman, Mary Baird. Second free throw is up and just off the rim. Cox battles for the rebound, fights number 1 there, James, and wins the battle as Northern Valley will retain the ball underneath Vesteka to take it out. Vesteka to Baird. Okay, we got a foul, loose ball foul, number 3. Pelton getting a little aggressive on a Northern Valley cutter as she's going to the hole. And Northern Valley will retain the ball and take it out from underneath. Here's Vesteka once again. Vesteka over to Hauserman. Hauserman's going to fire the long 2. Kabam! knocks it right in there as Northern Valley gets their first bucket of the game. Andy Hauserman knocks it down from the outside. And here comes the Longhorns. Longhorns number 1 there, James. James with that left hand up and pretty. Wow, high off the glass, made that look easy. I don't know if they realize she is left-handed, but she is strong to the glass there. Cox into the middle. She's going to pull up for a 10-foot jumper. The bank is open. Northern Valley scored on their last 2 possessions. The Longhorns, though, lead still here, 11-5, as Northern Valley starting to come back. Longhorns look to be running a motion offense here as Northern Valley's in the straight man. 3 seconds. I think he could have called it on either member. A lot of time that Longhorns were just kind of camping underneath. But anyway, it'll be Blecka coming into the game as Mary Baird sits down as Austin Cox is going to bring it up here for the Huskies. As she crosses the timeline here, looking for Blecka. Blecka, couple dribbles, right back to Cox. Cox back to Blecka. Blecka with the shot up attempt. Little long rebound and outlet pass over to James again. James with the Euro left hand up and in. James scores again. Vesteka pushing the ball over to Blecka on the baseline. Blecka to the middle, bounced away by James. Vesteka out to Hauserman. Hauserman over to Cox. Pass is a little strong. 20 takes it down the loop. That's Shoe up and in. Oh, no, she missed the easy layup there. But it's going to stay here with the Longhorns. Northern Valley could not control the defensive rebound there, giving the ball right back to the Longhorns. Longhorns inbound. Here's James. Vesteka with the nice steal. Now she's out front. She's heading for the basket. Looks like it's going to be a blocking foul on James. Vesteka, nice play there as she stole the ball, started going to the other side and was not going to be pushed off of her spot. She held strong and kept right in there. Hauserman's going to check in for Vesteka here. This is Aurora. She's wearing number 12. She's a 5'3" junior here. To Spear. No, the ball was turned over. The bounce pass was intercepted there by number 24, Bryant. Bryant over to Berger. Berger to Ruff. Ruff out here on top. Over to 23. Bryant dribbles out top. Over to James. James is going to survey the defense. Swing over to number 23 there. That's Berger. Rebound Hauserman. And she lost it out of bounds. Longhorns will take over underneath. You got to be strong on the boards. Cox all over. Once again, cross-court pass stolen by Blecka. Blecka over to Hauserman. Hauserman's going to bring it up with the left hand down the sideline. Only trail 5-13 as they will have possession of the ball here on the sideline. It'll be number 15, Austin Cox. Austin Cox over to Spear. Spear back over to Austin Cox on the wings. She surveys it as James is right there in her face. Skip pass over to Hauserman. Hauserman to the baseline for the jumper. No good. Rebound and outlet pass over here to James. James with the left hand up and in. The Huskies are getting beat back every time on the defensive boards.
Yeah, and that's really where they've got to know when a shot gets up, there's got to be a defender somewhere that is automatically going back. Right now, they look a little bit flat-footed when a shot goes up. Offensively, they're just standing around. Northern Valley is somebody's got to get back on defense to avoid that transition basket. That's where Hodgeman County's killing them right now.
Absolutely. Well, Hodgeman County in their aggressive defense is paying off on the turnovers, but they're also getting quite a few fouls. That is their 7th foul of the game here, sending Hauserman to the line for one-on-one opportunity. Hauserman's shot is up and in.
And that's big right there when you can chip away at a score when you're trailing without the clock running. Obviously, that bodes well for putting you back in the contest. Oh, and we got a lane violation that time by Spear.
Yep, that's Spear in there with just a quick. She's the quickest girl on the team, and she just got a little bit too quick there. With 47 seconds left to go in this first quarter, Hodgeman brings the ball down the floor. Northern Valley has fell back into a zone for the first time tonight and they're just going to try and pack it in the middle and see if Hodgeman County can work it around the key and find an open shot from there, because they've been killing them inside to their, and stolen away by the Huskies, forcing a turnover once they went zone. But Coach Cox, maybe been a good decision, ball to the floor there, and we got people all over the place. Austin Cox goes diving in there, and she fought there, number 23, Burke, Haley Burke, for the ball. The tie-up is going to go to the Longhorns. Here's the Longhorns bringing it down the floor. Number 34, Ruff. Ruff over to 24, which is Bryant. Bryant over to James. James over to, almost stolen there by Spear. I think this zone is starting to frustrate the Longhorns. They were getting easy shot attempts in that man-to-man offensive zone. They're going to have to work it around a little more. Shot is up. Northern Valley controls the defensive rebound, and Coach Cox might have found something for the second quarter.
Today's broadcast is New Age Industrial.
Welcome back here to Waukene as we started the second quarter. Braxton Cox out front over to Tania Spear. Tania Spear over to Shaylee Vesteca. She takes it into the lane. Jump stop. Looking for Spear in the corner, just a little wide, as the turnover is going to send the ball right back to the Longhorns.
I think that ball got hung up a little bit on the defender, and so when she did finally let go of it, that's what caused that to be a bad pass. It wasn't that she didn't see where her player was. I think it got hung up on the defender.
Yeah, somebody was playing defense, right? They weren't letting us do anything. Speaking of defense, Huskies fall back into that 2-3. And once again, third straight possession, it pays off as they get the one shot and box out and a rebound. Braxton Cox pushes it forward. She leads it to Mary Baird, but the pass is just going to be a little high. Mary could not control it. Ball over to the Longhorns. Longhorns push it up quick. This is Bryant. Bryant over to Beal. Beal back in the game with those two early fouls, and she's going to control the point now as Northern Valley's just sitting in this zone going, would you like to shoot from the outside? And 5 possessions in a row. It has paid off for the Huskies.
Well, and that's where they're going to have to – the way to break that 2-3 zone down is to hit a few outside shots. If you're Hodgeman County, shoot the ball from outside. If you have some shooters, put it in their hands and let them shoot. You'll bring the defense out at that point.
Well, this right here is what Hodgeman County's made hay on all day, is that long outlet pass. Great hustle by Beal to save that thing. She goes crashing into the wall over there. Hope she's okay. She looks to be all right. She's wearing those big old knee pads like the kids wear nowadays, so they can just get so aggressive on the floor. But 6 possessions, the Northern Valley's got stops in a row. Here's Braxton. Braxton's going to work here on the wing against number 20 here. Up with the shot is Mary Baird from the high post.
It's a nice shot right there.
She rattles it in as Northern Valley starting to make a little hay here. Beal controls it now, swinging it around. Over to Pelton. Pelton now back into Beal. Pelton in the middle, turned left, good. Right there, kind of that short corner there. She just was wide open and she nailed it.
Yep, she settled into the soft part of that zone. They got the ball to her. That's the key part. When you got a player that'll settle into that soft spot, you got to make sure you get her to the ball.
Braxton Cox fires a
three-pointer. What a save.
What a save by Mary Baird. Just a little hustle place. That's what Northern Valley needs to get back in this game. Spear with a jumper just off the front rim, but the hustle play again there by Whitney keeps it alive. But Hodgeman County's out, and they're out on the open. Up and in, no good. She's going to be out of bounds. Northern Valley is catching a few breaks here. Coach Trent Bright from the Longhorns might be a little upset. They've missed a couple bunnies here lately.
Well, and that's a killer. You look at the score right now. It's 17-8, a 9-point lead, but it could be a 20, or it could be a 15-point lead if they hit those easy layups. There's been at least 3 or 4 of them in transition that they've missed.
Well, benefits the Huskies and it hurts the Longhorns. But here we go as Braxton Cox working up front against James. Over to Vesteca. Spear in the corner. She's going to fire the baseline 3. Hits a front iron, and here we go again. Long outlet to James. James up and in with the – no, she missed the layup again. But follow by Beal. Beal's hot. I don't think she's missed a shot tonight. She's 3 for 3. Gets the foul on this one after the offensive rebound. And she'll go to the line for 3 for an extra.
Looking for the old-fashioned three-point play and getting the offensive board and second chance opportunities. You know, Northern Valley's got to feel fortunate that the Longhorns have missed so many layups, but they can't afford to give up the offensive boards when they do miss those layups. They've got to be able to get those layups so that they don't allow what just happened to happen.
Yeah, Beal with a nice high arcing free shot, nails the end of the three-point play there. Nice entry pass, just a little long, tipped away there by Shue, trying to get it into Baird underneath.
Northern Valley just looks a little bit shaken when they're on offense, like they're nervous to turn the ball over.
You got 3 freshmen, a senior, and a sophomore, but a great inbounds play right there to Baird. Vesteka with a nice little drop down pass there to Baird. Baird scores an easy bucket as Northern Valley. Oh, the steal there by Vesteka. Vesteka brings it up to Cox, tipped away, and the ball will stay here with the Huskies as they'll have it in the corner.
Yeah, that was a beautiful inbounds play, and then to come back and get a turnover right away. Now you're giving yourself an opportunity to cut this back to a single-digit deficit.
That's right. Northern Valley, see if they can capitalize on another inbounds play. It looked pretty slick the last time. Caught Hodgeman County sleeping a little bit.
Got to hurry.
Yeah, she had to force it in. She was running out of time. Stolen by Beal. Beal over to Pelton. Pelton's going to bring it up the floor here. She's going to not be stopped. She's going to go all the way to the rim as Vesteka grabs her arm there, and she's going to go back to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Pelton just nobody stepped in front of her. The senior goes, I'm not passing the ball if nobody's going to stop me. She went all the way to the rim.
Well, and that's also one Hoxie does a real good job because I cover them all year watching when they get in those transitions like that. It was Vesteka that was guarding her down the floor. That's a situation where she just needs to stick her hands up and run past her as the shooter. Just run straight past her. Don't try to block it. Don't try to touch it. Just run past with your hands up. The likelihood of Beal actually hitting that shot on the run the way that she was, she's not going to make that shot most of the time. You give her the foul and opportunity to go to the line, they get easy points that way.
Yeah, the 2 hustle girls right out there, Spear and Shue, back at here to Wakini as Northern Valley has found something here with their zone defense, kind of slowing them down other than the transition points. Rebound here by Cox, and another possession in the half court where Northern Valley wins. They got to keep that up. We've got an offensive foul. Spear came up and gave a blind screen right there on the ball. Going to be a foul. She's got to give her a step. She can't come in and she can't do a sneak attack.
No.
But so that'll be her first personal foul as the Longhorns will bring it up here with Beal. Beal over to James. James back to Beal at the top of the key. Over to Pelton. Pelton, they're moving the ball now, aren't they? Now there's the first shot from the outside as Beal misses, but the offensive rebound is up and in by James.
She's got 8 in the ball game, and again, that's where if you're going to run that zone and force them to shoot outside, you got to be prepared to get the rebound.
Cox with a nice drive and kick there, but Baird couldn't make the jumper as Hauserman comes away with the offensive rebound. Hauserman over to Cox. Cox is looking and surveying everyone. Pump fake. Going to be a blocking foul on James as Cox just kind of put her head down there and went right after her, and James didn't get her feet quite in position. Cox will go to the line to shoot a 1-on-1. So Northern Valley
Cox on the line here.
Yeah, they got to figure out a way to get some cutting and some movement through that on the offensive side of the ball. The Longhorns are playing pretty good defense, and to a man out there, I think they're taller and bigger than the Northern Valley girls are, and it's just making it difficult. Cox is up and in with her first free throw.
Well, when they're in the bonus like this, Cox did exactly what she should do. That's penetrate, drive, try to get that foul on a reach-in or a blocking foul just like she did. Try to get that foul, go to the line, and score from that point where you can stop the clock.
Longhorns try and push the ball forward, and Northern Valley gave it right back to them. Spear with a good play there as she saves it. But the Longhorns were wide open again. Nobody's getting back.
And that's one of those situations, too. You get that steal on that transition pass, Northern Valley, and then to panic. They panicked with it, trying to get it back in transition as fast as possible rather than just taking the time to absorb the turnover and really making sure they capitalize off of it.
James gets right there in the middle of that zone on that inbounds play, and it hits a nice smooth lefty up off of the glass and makes it Blecka with a shot. It's been blocked. It'll stay with the Huskies here, and the ball will be underneath. As number 24, Bryant checks in, and number 3, Pelton, will sit down for the Longhorns. They're still in this man-to-man here as we inbound the ball with the Huskies. Screen, move, shot up, an attempt, and it looked online from my angle. I don't know about yours, but
from here.
Blecka with the offensive rebound there, and she's going to go back to the lane, see if she can knock him down. Foul's going to be on number 24, Bryant, who just checked back into the game. Andy Hauserman's going to check in here, and Austin Cox will take a seat. Sorry, that's Aurora that just checked in. The Twins are a little difficult to pick out.
Yeah, Aurora, I had a tough time with her name for some reason during the volleyball tournament. I kept looking at it going, no, Andy. What's Andy's actual first name?
Don't ask that question.
No, I'm asking that question.
Because I can struggle. I can struggle that. And I've known her for a
it's
long,
another
long time.
celestial thing.
Yeah, Andromeda.
Andromeda, that's right. That's the one I had the hardest time with. Aurora, I was fine, but Andromeda was on the program, and I was like, man, what a cool name. That's impossible for a broadcaster.
That's all right. It happens. Huskies with a turnover
I
there.
wish I would have known Andy.
Yeah, Andy is so much smoother and easier to say. I'm glad that's how it's coming out in the programs this time. So Longhorns are going to swing it around here. They're going like with a 1-in, 4-out offense against Northern Valley's 2-3 defense. But they are controlling the offensive boards. It's like put it up and go get it, girls. That's 1, 2.
And you got to find somebody to put a body on.
Oh, my goodness, that was a great play. Beal with another bucket, and it's just a hustle point. Hauserman's going to fire a 3. It's going to come up short. Spear grabbed the rebound, but as she pivoted around, she stepped out of bounds. It'll be ball over to Hodgeman County. Beal is making her presence known here today.
She's got 10 in the ball game here in the first half.
She controls the point for the Longhorns here. She's going to swing it over here to the left to James. James back to – I like the fact that they are not willing to settle for a 3, are they? They are looking for a shot inside, interior. They know who they are.
They have only shot one perimeter shot, and you're right. They are patiently waiting on the outside to get an open look in the interior.
It's almost like the Huskies could have all 5 girls in the lane, and they would just continue to pass the ball around the key looking for an easy one. Beal goes in, but she has had her shot blocked by Hauserman. And
Andromeda.
Yes. There you go. You just want to use the name, don't you?
I do, because if I see it on the program again and it's not Andy in the program, it's going to struggle. So I'm going to try to punch it in my head. But she got out quickly, closed the gap quickly as they stepped in to try to take a mid-range jumper.
Andromeda's got some long arms in there, and Beal kind of got frustrated with the lack of offense, just passing it around there. And she's like, I'm going in. She had a jump shot attempt, and Hauserman just put it right back in her face. Huskies are just being plagued by the turnovers right now as they throw the ball away again, and here comes Beal. Over to Bryant. Bryant over. The Longhorns are going to
give one back.
Give one right back to him. Just couldn't complete a pass. Yeah, I think Blecka had a hand in there, but should have probably been handled. As Spear's going to bring up here. This is Tania Spear. I don't know how you see that in your book, but Spear over to Hauserman. Stolen there by Shu. Shu and Hauserman get tangled up. The ball goes out of bounds. Flax changes it. We're going to stay here.
Good hustle by Hauserman.
Yeah, get back on that one. And the Longhorns will inbound it underneath. Bryant to take it out here is she surveys the defense. Wide open Beal. Baseline 3 up and splash. Boom. If there's somebody that you don't want to leave open right now, it's Beal. Beal is not only, she's hit him from the free throw line, she's attacking the offensive rebounds, and she's just making her presence well known here. Well, we had a foul call here. Looks like a push in the back on Hauserman.
Aurora will pick up her first personal, 5th team foul.
checking back in is Ruff, as James will find the bench. So Beal answers the question, who's going to shoot it from the outside, and she nailed it in the last possession. There's a skip pass, perfect play, just missed the bunny, but an offensive rebound up, offensive rebound again. That's number 20, Shu's making all the hustle plays right now.
Well, and that's where Northern Valley's getting killed on this end. In the half court, the zone is working defensively like it's designed to not allow the inside shot. The inside shot right now for the Longhorns is coming from the offensive rebound.
Yeah, they just put it up on the glass and say, let's go get it. And Shu is doing an excellent job of that as she steps to the line. She will be in the 2-shot penalty here.
Airballed the first one.
Yeah, Cox and Whitney coming in, and the Hauserman sisters are going to sit down here as right now 30-11 Hodgeman County up here on Northern Valley. Late in the second quarter, we got just under a minute to go here. Shu's second attempt, much better than the first one in, but she has said she's stepped over the line. It will not count. So the violation there, she'll be angry with herself for that one.
Can't tell you how many of those I seen yesterday. There was a bunch of them for some reason.
And the Longhorns have fell back into a zone here. Cox is calling out the play over to Cox. Cox tries to swing it into Blecka, the turnover, but Blecka's going to fight for it. She and Shu go hand in hand there to
you about hit the hardwood yourself up here.
I tell you what, I've got one of these chair backs and I leaned back just a little too much and it about took me over. Good thing we're on the top row here tonight. Vesteka is going to catch it. Vesteka into the corner to Whitney. Whitney inside to Baird. Baird one bounce up in. Oh. No call here. And Cox with the steal.
Oh, nice job. She saw the passing lane and then
wing it over to Blecka. Blecka up and will be fouled by Shu and go to the line to shoot two.
That's a great job by Cox. She saw the passing lane. She stayed back defensively on the turnover, knew exactly where they were going, jumped the lane, but then not only jumped the lane, but then have the presence of mind to keep your head up, look for your cutter to the basket.
Hodgeman County's doing a great job on outlet passes. That first pass, it gets quite a bit of distance there, about to half court, and so they can push their offense, and that's where they're getting a lot of points is in transition. Coach Cox, I'm sure, said, hey, guys, we got to slow them down right then and there. They're making that pass. It's just out there. Just go get it. And Austin stepped in the line. But here's Blecka with her second attempt. I mean, it's going to go off the glass and in, as there's only 28 seconds left to go here. 30-28 Hodgeman County leads.
30-12.
Yeah, 30-12. 21 sounds a lot better. Beal over to Ruff. Ruff back to Beal. There's Ruff over there, number 34. 24 Bryant and Beal working it around. 10, 9,
you got to
8.
guard her now.
Well, yeah, you got to step up for Beal. Beal wants to thinking she's going to take the shot, and that is the shot they want. Steps up and nails it. Cody, you called it. Who did they want it to shoot it? Beal steps up and hits the three to end the half. As we go, here's the start of the third quarter. Vesteka, Whitney, Cox, Baird, and Hauserman going to start for the Huskies. Looks like Berger, James, Pelton, up by Whitney. Whitney with the miss. Beal and Shu to start it here for the second half as both teams get an early possession here. Gets a quick shot off on both ends here as Northern Valley's back into their 2-3 defense, collapsing in there on Shu.
Well, she's 3 seconds. I was going to say, she never cleared the lane, and she almost had 3 seconds just holding the ball, let alone then she had to have immediately gotten out of the lane once she got rid of it.
Yeah, that was Berger, and I'm not even sure she would be the only one that would have got a 3-second violation. The girl underneath has had it too.
There's going to be a blocking foul right there.
Right, what you were talking about, kind of going right at him there.
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, and I think Cox, she has the speed and ball handling ability for me to be able to just penetrate in. If you're going to beat him on the first step, just keep driving, keep going. Let them commit that foul, especially when you're trailing.
Yeah, Cox over to Whitney. Whitney to Baird. Baird is blocked there by Pelton. Pelton, nice defensive play there, but the Huskies retain the ball here. It's Cox. Cox over to Whitney.
traveled.
Whitney picks up a step a little too early. She loves driving to the left right there, and there wasn't a whole lot of room, and she just didn't get the ball out of her hand quite fast enough.
And Baird needs to make sure she stays confident shooting the basketball. Even though you get blocked like that, you got to turn right back around, get it again, you shoot. Don't worry about getting blocked. Sometimes getting blocked will shut a shooter down.
Number 20 shoe dragging her shoe, getting a little bit of a aggressive. She was trying to make an entry pass there, and just it squeaked a little bit, and Flax got her for the travel. Over to Hauserman. Hauserman into the corner to Whitney. Whitney's looking inside to Vesteca. Here's Baird. Baird over to Cox. Cox surveys, dribble, puts her head down, looking for Baird inside. Now to Vesteca. Vesteca turns, looks, shot. Up just a little short, rebound, and out of there quickly is Pelton. Pelton with a great pass up to number 1, James, and she puts it over the, as 20 shoe just comes crashing into the boards. The ball will stay with nobody ever said, so I guess it's Northern Valley's ball.
I was thinking
nobody ever said which way the ball was.
I thought they indicated that it was Longhorns' ball. Yeah, they said it was. I was just, the official didn't realize who was going which way, I guess.
I don't know. I was a little lost on there, too. Beal in the corner to go 3 for 4 from 3, and she nails it. 3 for 4, hot game, 19 points on the night for Beal, and she is impressive, the sophomore here for Hodgeman County.
And a jump ball call is going to be had here.
Pelton with the good defense as Cox went into the rim.
I still like to take inside aggressive. Cox is going to check out, but I still like that, and I hope that they all continue to do that, because you're going to get some of those reach-in fouls. That's a reach-in there, but she got the ball on it. Most of the time, that's going to turn into a foul.
Baird with a nice quick move, but can't capitalize on the easy turnaround. Up again, here's James. She's going to get a shove in the back from Vesteca. That one you really couldn't miss.
No, and Vesteca even turned around like, I don't know why I did that.
You didn't have to have the camera zoomed in for that one. She was like, she is not getting an easy bucket on me. No way. She's seen it too much.
Foul her on the floor, no and ones.
Not going to happen here. It's actually probably a smart play by Vesteca. Oh, the smooth shot. James, which would have had the layup on the last one, catches this ball in rhythm right here off the inbounds, up with the left hand, and smacks it right through the rim. Great play by James. As the Huskies are driving, there's Whitney all over the place. She is not going to be denied.
Wow, I'm surprised that wasn't a travel.
Well, I know. She did roll over twice, I believe. So.
Even just coming from her feet going down to the floor is a travel, so I'm surprised they let that go and they called it just a jump ball. I'm sure that's what Coach Brandt, is it Brandt?
Yeah, Coach Bright.
I'm sure that's what Coach Bright was talking to the official about over there. He's like, is that not a travel or what?
It's just the way it is right here. Beal over into the onto the baseline, going to put up there to Pelton. Pelton with the shot. He's going to get a piece of the arm there. I don't know whether he's going to get Braxton.
I think it's going to be Braxton Cox that got that foul here.
Yeah, it looks like it. She reached in there and grabbed her elbow as she was trying to put it up there. So number 3, Pelton.
No, that is not who they got the foul on.
Oh, they did.
Andromeda is who was credited for the foul.
So Pelton steps to the line. Not very often there is.
Andromeda, is that right?
That's correct.
Gosh, see, I'm already second guessing. That was in the first half.
The Longhorns here have 2 left-handed players, if you haven't noticed.
That also makes it difficult when you're a defender, because you're used to defending the right-handed shot probably more than anything. But
yeah, the Northern Valley girls in the preseason don't really have anybody that's shooting left-handed, that driving left-handed, all those things. That's a Euro step that Flax did not like, and call it a travel, and it's going to go over to the Longhorns.
Only James Harden gets away with that.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, right now, too, you got to, if you're Northern Valley, you're recognizing at this moment that Beal's out of the game. We have to capitalize right here. This is where we have to start making a move if we want to give ourselves a chance at the end of this game.
They're doing it right there. What did we want? We say L5 girls in the lane, and turnover. Turnover as Whitney steals it, and she's heading towards the other direction. It's poked out of there by by Bryant. But
and being patient offensively, Northern Valley wants to get in a little bit of a hurry from time to time. and that's what's causing some of their turnovers, just being patient with the basketball. I realize this is a very young team, but just taking care of it is going to be a big deal, and there's a 5-second call going to be made. They didn't get it in.
Quickly, that changes the offensive look to it as the Longhorns will take over again. As Northern Valley looks, they've dropped their 2-3 zone deep into the lane for the most part. With Beal on the bench, nobody else on the court has taken an outside shot outside the lane.
Well, I can tell you that Coach Bright just told Bryant, I think, well, maybe it was actually her right there. Pelton. He just told either her or Bryant, shoot the three.
Well, they were wide open. Hauserman's going to fire a three here. It's going to be short saved in there by Whitney. Good hustle by her.
Great save. Almost got the steal on the back.
Yeah, Coach was willing somebody else shoot the ball. That's probably why he's got Beal on the bench, because he knows he's going to have more people help. Offensive rebound up. And how did that not go down?
I'm telling you.
For Shu.
It hit every part of the basket except the net.
I think that happened to her multiple times in the first half. I was calling a basket going in as it would rim out for her. She would probably have 10 on the night because of all the offensive rebounds that Shu has been able to control the boards with. But the basketball is not being kind to Shu tonight.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
As the Huskies bring it up here, this is Tania Spear. The sophomore is going to take it over, hands off to Hauserman. Hauserman into Spear. Spear with a move towards the inside. Over to Braxton Cox. Braxton Cox on the wing. Over to Spear at point. She's going to push her head down and go to the rim, and she's going to get that reach-in foul we talked about earlier.
You're going to get that on this zone. This zone moves well around the perimeter, but they don't move well with the break to the basket. Their perimeter players have length. That's what's making it difficult for Northern Valley to actually shoot that outside shot. But as they're moving around, if you move that basketball around the perimeter, at some point when that defender's coming over to defend you on the perimeter and you put it on the floor and drive, you're going to get that reach-in foul if you go the opposite direction that they're moving.
Spear getting a little aggressive there on that one. Tania had turned the ball over, and Jaden had went for the steal and kind of clubbed the girl a little bit, and Hodgeman County will take it out here. So Ruff will inbound here to Pelton as Northern Valley has fell back into their zone here. Hodgeman County's 5 out right now as James is working on Spear. Pelton's going, do I dribble in here and shoot this again? Because they are not holding anything on the point right there. They're trying to keep that from happening. Easy buckets, and they're still getting them. 20, Shu crabs a pass on the baseline, one dribble up towards the rim. If she shoots it, she's going to the line, but she didn't let its shot go off, so it's going to be out of bounds. But the foul's going to go on Hauserman as that's her second as she goes to the bench. In for her is Austin Cox. As the Longhorns take it out, Beal steps in and airballs this one. She's
coming cold in off the bench.
Yeah, coming cold off the bench. Instant offense as Spears corrals it over into the corner, but it's knocked away by Bryant over there in the corner. She knocked it out of Austin Cox's hands as she will take it out of bounds there in the corner. Here's Cox over to Spear. Spear's going to look at it. Toes on the line, just a little long as ball's controlled there by the Longhorns. Pushed up and in. Bryant with the basket, the senior, the 5'7" senior, makes a nice play there, just hustling, just getting out and getting to run so that she can be found by her teammates for an easy one.
That's her first basket of the night. Cox will squeeze it on a three. Hey.
Austin Cox drops in her first 3 of the season. Here's Beal. Beal over to Bryant. Bryant with a nice little pass up, and I thought that was going to go. That was number 2, Borger had that nice little entry pass there. She just missed the bucket. Northern Valley's coming back here. Here's Blecka. Blecka to Braxton Cox. Braxton Cox looking. Goes around the screen to Austin Cox. Austin Cox into Spear, and Beal with the push there underneath. No, that's That's Borger got that foul there. Both of them have that big, long ponytail in there that covers up their number on the back. Kind of gets a little difficult to see there. But here's Cox throwing it inbounds. 3 into tip there to over to Cox, controlled in the corner. Cox to Spear out top. Spear inside to Mary Baird. Mary Baird puts up the shot. Rebound, Blecka. Blecka with the follow does not go as the ball is thrown way out front.
Oh,
great
what a save.
Play by James.
I'm telling you, she just swatted it back, and
I don't know if we can get the replay there because that's a great
just
play.
Barely,
yeah, just barely got it.
Swatted it back and then off the hand of
that
Cox.
That ball was dead to the Longhorns. That was the only play that she could make, and she made it. Longhorns get a shot up on the inbounds. Rebound over there is by Ruff. Jesse Ruff with a nice rebound, and foul on the Huskies.
The size, Cox is going to get the foul here. The size difference is a problem for Northern Valley right now. They've just been, that's where they've out-rebounded. It's just in that size. You get those kinds of fouls as well. Another air ball for Baird, or Beal.
2 more offensive rebounds there. As looks like the Northern Valley is going to have to get a little more physical inside, start pushing around, making some plays because they are getting destroyed on the boards. Spear.
Oh, who made that last basket?
For Northern Valley?
No, for Hodgeman County just a minute ago. Just a second ago.
I missed it. I think it might have been number 2. Borger. As the Longhorns are going to substitute 3 subs in here. Looks like Burke and Shue and Pelton will all come in as Beal and Pelton and Ruff hit the bench. Shue with the turnaround jump shot, offensive rebound, fouled by Blecka. That's quickly into the game was number 23. Yeah, number 23. Haley Burke, a 5'9" junior, steps off the bench, grabs the offensive rebound, goes up to shoot the follow shot, and is fouled. She'll go to the line for 2. That's the Huskies' 7th foul on the night here in the second half. Huskies have gone into quite the drought here. Hodgeman County up 43-15 on the Huskies. If they can just get some offensive fluid movement here, that would help their confidence moving here forward. As Haley goes ahead and misses the second of the free throws, and Braxton Cox up to Austin Cox. Austin Cox, 1 dribble, kicks out Braxton for 3. Bang!
Yeah, that's exactly what needs to happen. That right there, the penetration kick out, and the Longhorns have been collapsing on that drive all night, and that kick out has to be there. It's just that Northern Valley's lost the basketball a lot of times on that penetration drive, and
yeah, it's one freshman penetrating inside, hitting the other one for the other open shot. Open shot. That's the point of this whole thing is how can Northern Valley get a few more open shots?
Well, just the way they just did with a penetration kick out.
Here's Spear.
Because you're going to have a tough time scoring on the interior. There's your open shot from Baird. And
Baird was looking to pass instead of shoot. She was wide open. She makes a pretty good pass here.
Oh, nice pump fake.
Yeah, Blecka she'll go to the line here. Coach Cox is going, Mary Baird, turn and look at the basket, girl. You're wide open. Go ahead and shoot that, man. But Blecka's going to go here to the line to shoot 2.
And that's that from earlier, that block, getting blocked on the interior. Yeah. That's that mental part of that where you've got to let that go. You got to block that out and turn around and still take that shot.
Yeah, she's been matched up. Mary Baird's been matched up on that 5'10". Grace Shue all night long, and she's made things not the most pleasant from Miss Mary Baird. As Pelton takes a seat, Beal comes back into the game here. As Blecka's second free throw is up and good. Rayleigh Blecka into the books with 2.
She's got 3 in the ball game. She's 3 of 6 from the free throw line.
Top scorer on the night, Beal right here. She's swinging the ball around, trying to share it a little bit for her teammates, I believe. Over to James. Beal up top.
Northern Valley has gone 5 unanswered points.
James to Beal. Beal's dribbling across over to Ruff. Ruff right back to Beal and over to James again. They're trying to shove it inside. Northern Valley is just camping inside going, shoot it from there, shoot it from there. Beal barely draws iron on that one, but they get the offensive rebound.
Games coming up later tonight. We got, well, after this one, it'll be Hodgeman County and Northern Valley will play again coming up here after this girls' game, and then there will be a short break before the 6 o'clock start for the late game, which will be Waukene Trigo girls taking on Victoria girls, followed by the same matchup of the boys. This is a tournament where the combined records are what they go off of. Last year's combined records is how they seed this tournament. So the records don't always, or the seeding in this tournament don't always really reflect on how good the team is you're playing.
I did not notice that, but that's interesting because our Northern Valley boys team was quite a team last year, and the girls were quite the other, so they kind of come in as a 500 team almost.
And that's why Northern Valley, when you look at the bracket, is –
yeah, there's the bracket. Is that up there?
Well, that's not everybody? Up for they can see. No, we'll do that during the break. Okay. During the break, we'll show you that bracket. But when you look at that, Northern Valley, they're coming in here. They're the 6th seed overall. But, yeah, the Northern Valley boys, obviously, that was a different story. They were really good last year, and if the girls didn't have a good record, that's why they pull a 6th seed out of this deal.
I was wondering how they did that, whether they were just pulling it out of the hat or what they were doing. Hodgeman County getting whistled here for a 3-second violation.
The reason they do that this way for this tournament is for travel. On this opening day, the teams all travel together. They all, it's designed for both the fan base, which obviously can't be here this year, but and just the school logistically travel time.
Kylie Bryant right there with some active hands there on the wing. She hits it, and Hauserman couldn't control it. Another turnover as the Longhorns bring it back here early in the 4th quarter. Beal back over there to Ruff. Here, then to Beal. They're still just trying to work it around the key and trying to get a good shot. That's a really neat thing about this team right here, Cody, is that they are not willing to take a bad shot.
No, they're very patient.
Beal drives in, a little strong. She started out so hot. We think she's struggling now, but she's just average now. So here's Vesteka. Vesteka over to Hauserman. Hauserman's going to look for her sister in the corner. It's going to be knocked out of there by Borger. Borger got her hands on it and knocked it out. As Baird and Cox come into the game, Hauserman and Vesteka take a seat. Now Northern Valley's playing with 3 freshmen. No, just 2 freshmen on the floor.
Needing to hurry.
Yeah. There gets it into Whitney. Whitney's going to take it baseline. Look for Cox. Cox is going to fumble the pass there, and probably with the turnover here, Mary Baird's against 2 against 1. Going to lose that battle as Beal's going to catch the offensive rebound, shuffle her feet, but Austin Cox takes out her legs. She'll go to the line. So Beal doesn't just depend on the bounce and in the offense. She hits the boards just like the rest of her teammates. I would imagine the offensive rebounding statistic today for Hodgeman County is going to be off the charts.
Yeah, it's definitely seems like it's about a 4-to-1 ratio.
Beal, as you would expect, up and down with the first free throw.
Hits her 20th point of the night right there.
Beal just a sophomore, 5'5".
Missed it all.
She must have heard us talking there a little bit.
I don't have any idea if they can actually hear us or not, but it's I can tell you it is definitely weird in the gym without any fans, and hopefully that all changes come today, at least to a minimal portion of that. But as the board of directors is voting on potentially looking at allowing at least a minimum amount of fans in.
Yeah, that decision's happening as we speak right now at the state level. They've got a board meeting right now that is going to help decide whether they want to change the rules of what they kind of said earlier. Beal out in front of everybody, grabs a pass and puts it up on the glass. She misses it, but she is fouled and she'll go right back to the line. That could be pretty important. I mean, I know a lot of parents that were very eager to see their students play this year, and I think it's probably going to do something at the state. What's your opinion?
Well, obviously they got it right after the last meeting in respect of the most important thing that's happening right now, and that is that the kids are playing. Their administrators enough, they're to be able to let their leagues and stuff know that, hey, this really isn't what's best for us.
Yeah, I know a lot of districts are having to figure out, scramble how to get this done. And I talked to your dad, Cody. You guys got bombarded with everybody wanting to do games left and right, and we feel great that you're able to do these games here, but you can't do the entire state.
No, we can't. And, I wish we could for everybody and for the kids and the parents, but just not logistically possible. And, really it just doesn't make a lot of sense as to why the parents wouldn't be able to go or make that own decision on their own. But
that ball's tied up there between Ruff and Cox. It's going to go over to the Huskies here. It's going to be interesting, and when and if something does come down, we will let you know here. As we're going to be live here all night long here from Waukene with the Purple and Gold tournament.
Mike Patterson just went to go check as he heard us talking about it. I'm sure he went to find out if they had made a decision yet. So if they do, we'll let you know as Beal continues.
I love it. And I'm going to talk about it because Beal has struggled from the outside on our last 3 shots. And our last 3 shots were all catch and shoot. What'd she do this time? She pump faked. She took a shot off of a dribble, and she was smooth. And that's just what the impressive deal is. She knows how to get herself back in the action as she steals it from Cox in the open up to James. James with the left-handed in. Beal makes impacts left, right, center, everywhere she's at.
And that's going to put it at a 31-point lead, so the clock will run from here on out as they have reached that running clock threshold of 30 points in the fourth quarter.
Cox looks to have another steal here. And she's stolen 2 out of the last few possessions here. It looks like Hodgeman County's going to match up. No, they fell back into a zone here. Spear looking, skipped over to Braxton Cox. Braxton Cox from the key into Mary Baird. No whistle, no foul. Hodgeman County controls it. Beal into the corner to Borger. Borger up here to Pelton. To Beal, and she is fouled by Blecka. And when that happens this time around, Northern Valley head coach Jody Cox is sending in the hockey line, and it looks like the same way with Trent Bright as he's got a hockey line lined up there. We've got 9 new fresh faces looking to check into this game. That would be everybody who wasn't playing is now playing, and everybody who was playing is now not playing. I think that's the easy way for me to go through that.
There you go. That's probably is the easiest way to go through. When that happens, it's always just like, listen, there's a fresh 5 that came on the floor. I'm going to get to them when I can.
Well, there's a fresh 9 on the floor. It's up to you guys to pull that one up. But here's Vesteka. Vesteka's going to work on Beal. Beal wanted to stay on the floor. She missed her free throw. Over to Whitney to Hauserman. Hauserman looking, takes in the drive. Reached in there and taken away by Ruff. Ruff up to Beal. Beal's going to make a one-handed pass that is stolen by Spear up to Vesteka.
Great job by her to get rid of it quickly. She had too much momentum to even try to put it down on the floor. She would have traveled with it otherwise. She did a great job of just catching it and throwing it right back to her teammate.
Hauserman from the corner, elbow shot there, comes up just a bit short. Rebound controlled by Ruff. Ruff over to Beal, who will walk it up the floor with 2:22 left to go in this game. Hodgeman County 51, Northern Valley 20. Timeout on the floor. Looks like we're going to take a 20-second timeout so that we can get a substitution in here. And we're not going to go to break. We're just going to use that as a substitution timeout just to stop play and to pull Beal out of the game. Where'd she end up there, buddy?
23.
Wow, 23 points by Beal. Not only controlling on the scoreboard, but she controlled the point the whole night. A great game by Miss Beal. So we got some fresh faces in here. We've got Lee in here, number up on in. what did she do? She followed her shot real quick there. That's Lee with that rebound and shot attempt. And then another one from Shu. And everybody's kind of tiled up in there. And we're going to call a hold ball. And we're going to go over to green as Cox and Blecka come back in. Let me run down those players there for Hodgeman County that are happen to be in the game right now. Looks like Logan Lee, the sophomore's in there. 24 would be Bryant. 34 Ruff. Nuss is in the game, number 13. As Northern Valley is moving it around here. Here's Whitney taking it to the baseline. She is shoved and will go out of bounds. Looks like Northern Valley will take it in from underneath here. Ruff will pick up her second personal foul of the game.
That's number 34. Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry.
Was she there?
Yeah, no, I was looking
Jesse
at the
Ruff.
Just about ready to go. I don't have that on my program, but I was looking at the
And an inbounded from Vesteka to Hauserman. Nobody picked her up, and she knocked the shot down. Bryant over to Ness. Ness over to Lee. This is Ness and Lee. Lee looking for it. Tipped away there by Vesteka. Vesteka makes a play on it, but Ness has still got it. Here's Lee bringing it up the side. 15 to go here in the game. First game here of the purple and gold here today. As they're going to kick ball in there by Austin Cox. Might run out the clock. Northern Valley is going to go ahead and lose this game. Hodgeman County wins it 51-22.